All right, here I am back again. I'm going to do hopefully a quick video on what it looks like to do a slide job and how to overtake in dirt. I've been hearing some questions on that, so I figured I'd make a quick video on that. To introduce, I'm in the 42 car. This is Tyler Hudson in the 01 car. This is the 1-Up Super Series from last week. Eldora, after they did the newest release with the updated track wear and the ump release. So I'm just going to take you through a few laps here and show you what it looks like. Good sliders, what makes a good slider, what doesn't, and how you can be successful in doing that. Again, this is a beginner video for the most part, but maybe some of the guys that are even more advanced, maybe you find something that helps you out be better at it. I don't know. We'll see. So just take a look, and then give me feedback at the end if this did help some of you guys out. So let's get right into it. We're on lap 27. There was an exchange earlier in the race that got me to this point. Pulled a slider on him. He wasn't able to cross it over well enough to get back under me. So here we are on page 27. My teacher's coming out. Here we are on lap 27, and he's starting to get a run on me. The track's starting to go away a little bit, and I've tapped the wall a couple times. So here we are, and I'm going to show you this kind of in steps. I'm going to show you right now from the chase view. So here we go. He's gotten a bit of a run on me here. He's just trying to close the gap. Okay, and then here he comes. Now I'm going to pause it right here. I want you to see what it looks like. Okay, so we can see that it looks like that from the cockpit. Okay, here it is from chase. From the cockpit, that looks like that. So we're tight. Okay, let me back this up a little bit more. Okay, that's how close he is. That's step number one. You've got to be close enough so that you can even contemplate performing a slider. Okay, so if you're in this type of situation where you're tight like that, this might be a time that you could try to pull a slider. Now, with the slider, a couple things need to happen. One, you want to try to be having momentum going past this car. You don't want this lead car pulling on you. Okay, by pulling I mean separating, and then you trying to throw this slider down underneath here. That's potentially dangerous. You're gonna just door slam into the car above you and in front of you. So that's what I want to show you in this corner right here. So he sees that he's tight. So for a second here, he says, hey, let's try this slider. Now, to do a slider, you need to be tight off of this right here, and you want to try to slide your car up into the cushion or into the path of the car that decides to take the long way around. So here I am in the 42. I'm going to take the long way around. He's going to try to come underneath here and slide it up through. Or at least that's what we think he's going to do. So here it goes. Right about now, he's deciding whether he wants to try to slam that up through here and clear me or not. Now, thankfully he doesn't, because A, he doesn't have a good enough run to do it. B, he didn't go as low as he needed to be able to slide up in front of me. And thankfully he realizes that, because otherwise I would have gotten doored. So right now it looks like this. I'm going to put it in a far chase, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, so we'll see that entry again. He does have a run. Not good enough. He starts to slide, and he thinks better of it, and he just kind of keeps it here in the middle. Thankfully, he does that, otherwise it would have been potentially dangerous. Now, he does have a run here, and this is where he's going to make his run. You can hear his engine continue to stay on the gas. I can't keep this off, I guess. Yeah, it won't let me show the cursor. So he's going to take this up through here, and he's going to bounce it off the cushion up here. What he's doing is he's undercutting my line. He's taking the shorter path. Okay, so the advantage is he has to cross over me. He's going to have the lead at least for a split second. He's going to be in front of me for at least a bit. The disadvantage is taking this line is obviously slower. Okay, so it is slower as long as this outside car can cross over the car pulling the slider. It might actually disadvantage this car. If you do it fluently, or if this car doesn't cross over quick enough, it might be faster. It all depends on what this upper car does. Okay, so I'm going to show you the slider from its beginning. Okay, he slides underneath, undercuts me. That's a clean slider. He clears my car by a ton. Okay? Now, a slider is a two-part thing. So let's go back. A slider involves both cars equally. This guy has to clear the outside car. That's his job. Your job is to clear my nose. If you go and bounce into me, that's your fault. Okay? So he does, as we just saw, clear me. Now, what do I do up here? So I'm going to show you my view of this. And as you see, right now we have the advantage of having mirrors. As I see him closing on me in my mirror that's not visible right now, I need to be aware, okay, if he tries to pull this slider, I need to be ready and waiting to bounce this thing or rotate this thing off the cushion and come off somewhere down in here to undercut him while he's up here. So let me show you what that looks like. Hey, I cleaned up a few corners here. He's got to run on me. I notice it, so I'm sitting here waiting. There he is. Rotate the car, get back underneath him. Okay? That's on me. If he clears me, it's now my job to get back underneath him. If I go and plow his ass and spin him out, that's my fault. And I see that happen a lot. People don't like to be slid like that. They don't like to be slide jobbed. And then so they'll stay in the gas and pile into your ass and spin you out. That's not appropriate dirt etiquette. So you need to cross that up or get off the gas. If I clear your nose, I've gotten past you. That's your job to now get off the gas. And so that's what I did there, and I crossed them up. Now I'm going to just show you this exchange for a few laps. It goes on for about 7 or 8 laps. Tyler ends up passing me, and he ends up winning the race because I couldn't run the top anymore. He ends up winning the race by quite a bit. And I'm just going to show you that exchange and kind of just talk through it as we go. Okay, so here we are. I'm doing the same thing back to him. I cross him up. It's not the best. He sees it. He gets back underneath. Very next corner, he's going to try it. I see it. I notice it. Get back underneath. Okay, now I'm going to slide him again, I believe. Do I or don't I? Nope, I stay on the bottom. This next corner, I slide him. Okay, now this one's a little tighter. He was gracious enough there to get off the gas. So a couple things. One, that one's a little bit tighter. And that was because I drove it in not as aggressive. I was hoping to kind of slide him up. And this is a riskier slide job because I'm basically sliding it up so that I hit it more toward the exit of the corner. Okay, rather than slamming it right through here and taking this angle, I took a flatter angle that took me more over here. Here's the risk versus reward here. I might slide up just in time to clear him, and it forces him to get off the gas and fall in line. That's the risk, or that's the reward there. So it doesn't give him an opportunity to cross me up. The risk here is this guy says, to hell with that, I'm not dealing with that. Stays in the gas and spins me out. I wouldn't call that the cleanest of drivers, but there's plenty on here that would do that. Okay, and then the other disadvantage is as this car, if I try kind of slow rolling that up like that, the potential is I door him, and then either we're both wrecked or one of us gets spun out or whatever. So that's the risk there. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from my screen, and I'll show it from his, and then I'll continue. Okay, so I just kind of slow roll this one up through here. Kind of basically, and you can see just a bit of a tap there on my screen. Okay, so let's go back to his. Let's see what it looks from him. There I am. I'm rolling up in front. Yeah. Okay, so you see how it didn't really give him the opportunity to cross over. So let's see what that looks like from this view. Okay, undercut his line. I mean, that's about as close as you want to do it. You really don't want to be any closer than that. Otherwise, it's really a potentially dangerous situation. Okay, he crosses me back up. Perfect slider. He slides me. I cross him back up, and we go through this quite a few different times. So I'll let you just watch. Okay, and this is really going about as good as it can. You've got two racers that can both control their car, both handle their car. You have guys that have done it before. Okay, so we've raced together before, so I'm confident that he's going to respect me. I hope that he's confident that I'm going to respect his line. And there is a bit of give and take that goes with a slide job. And you can see that, I mean, I love racing with Tyler because he's at least aware of where he's at. He's aware of where I am, and he's not going to just throw it in and just throw caution to the wind and say to hell with it. I hope that he lets off the gas. And you can see another example of that here. He starts to begin a slider. I'm going to go to my in-car. He begins a slider and realizes this might not go well. I might be in his way. And so he actually lets off. So I'll let you see what that looks like. And he stays in the middle lane. Okay, he starts it, and then he kind of stays down there and allows me this lane. Okay, rather than sliding up in front of me and risking him just piling into me. Now here, he did what we were talking about before. He slid up in front of me, kind of toward the exit of the corner, and what that allows is that allows him to possibly take my line away and not give me an opportunity to cross and back up. Because if I'm the lead car trying to cross up every corner, I'm slowing my time down by at least 0.2 of a second. So sometimes when I think I'm not going to be slide jobbed, I have to just keep it up there on the cushion, in this case at Eldora, and just run it and try to get as much speed as I can, because I don't want to sit here and slide job for the next 45 laps. I want to be done, and I want to separate. So let me show you from far chase what his looks like. Okay, so he piles this down in here, kind of a flatter. Okay, now that was one of the ones there where I took it more toward the exit. I took a flatter. I guess you could call it flatter. I'm trying to slide it more toward the exit of 4, almost to just kind of cut his lane off coming off. Okay, and again, a lot of this is based on the fact that I know Tyler is going to run me clean, and hopefully he feels the same way that I'm going to run him clean. So it allows us to do this. If you run into a lobby, an official race, and you're trying to have these type of exchanges in the first time that you've run with Joe Blow from Mexico, it's probably not going to go well, because he's not anticipating your slider. You go and slide across his nose. He says to hell with Joe Blow from Mexico, stays in the gas, and he spins you out. So it's kind of one of those things where you have to know who it is that you're racing with too, but at least you get to see a couple exchanges here and just see what it should look like from the cockpit, what it should look like as the car being slide jobbed. And you see how, well, he hit the wall there, otherwise he probably would have tried to slide across me. Broke my name link. So, I mean, there's the exchange, and you can see how those go. I'll show you just a couple of those again through the TV cam so you can see what they look like. If you have any questions or anything and you want to see it a different way, let me know. Hopefully there was something here to just show you how sliders work, and it wasn't just a 10-minute, I don't know, maybe we're going on 12 minutes now, video of me talking to myself. All right, so I'll let you take a look at that and enjoy. Leave feedback if you have questions, you want to see it a different way or anything, and good luck, guys.